Hello, fearlessly free and wealthy females. It's Sarah here. I am so excited to be here because we have finished the 5-day Sell From Your Heart challenge. It has been freaking incredible. I have I think it's well over 80 entries for the winner for the 75% off of my brand new group program. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my 12-step soulful sales system first, and then we're going to go and announce the winner. So even if the winner's not awake right now, because I know that there are a few of you who have been participating from the UK and from Australia, I will definitely tag you guys. I will definitely tag the winner in this post and probably in another post. So I'm also coming on here a little bit earlier than I said that I would, just because I wanted to make sure that I get a good time in, because I realized that it's 7 p.m. on a Friday, and I feel like I'm totally fine with doing a live at 7 p.m. on a Friday, but a lot of people have better things to do, right? Hey, Sarah, how are you? Sarah, where are you watching from, and what are you doing on this Friday night? I'd love to hear. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the challenge. I hope that you got a lot of really, really good information from it. I also 100% believe that if you implement everything that we talked about during the challenge, hey, Kristen, how are you? Where are you watching from? So yes, what I 100% believe that if you implement everything that we have done together in the challenge, you are going to start to see substantial results. Like, you're going to start to see things happening a lot differently in your business. I also want to mention here that a lot of sales is in your head. A lot of this stuff is in your mind. And I know that some of you over the past week have been having some difficulty with some of the steps and some of the prompts that I've been giving you. But if you have objections in your mind about sales or about money and things like that, that is why it's also coming up for your potential clients and the people who you are talking to. So you need to figure that out for yourself. And there's a lot of different ways that you can figure that out for yourself. But you really do need to figure it out for yourself before you actually go out and try to help other people with it, before you handle those objections, okay? So much of this is all in your head as well. So I love combining both the strategy part of business and the mindset part, because I really think that you need both. It's one thing for me, like I could give all of you guys my 12-step soulful sales system right now, but if you already have issues in your mind about selling, if you really feel uncomfortable already with the entire process, it doesn't matter who you get on the phone with to get this system. It's still not going to go well for you, because you need to address those things that are deep inside you first. That's why strategy can only go so far. And at the same time, that's also why mindset can only go so far. So you could have an amazing mindset and you could know exactly that your services are of high value. You could have absolutely no problems with pricing. But then when you go and out there and try to find people, if you don't have a strategy to find people, if you don't have a strategy towards how you're going to approach sales calls or how you're going to approach getting more one-on-one clients, it's also going to fall flat. Okay, so that's number one, is making sure that you have a combination of both. Cool? Where are you guys watching from? I'd love to hear. I know. I decided to do this at 7 p.m. on a Friday night, but as you can see in my world, Friday nights are usually devoted to Netflix. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I actually have a client right after this. She's in Australia. So those are usually my Friday nights. That's why I decided to do it right now. But even if you're watching the replay, you can hit #replay and put that in the comments below. Tell us where you are from, where you're watching from, and maybe what time it is in the world where you are right now. Okay, cool. Let's talk about my 12-step soulful sales system, soulful sales system, and why it's really important to have an entire sales process in your business. Mariana says, number one, combination of strategy and mindset. Yes, it's number one. It's number one. And so many of us just think like, oh, it's all about strategy. I just need this, like, if I can just get this next thing, then everything's going to work for me. You know, like if I can just know this like one little secret, but it is so much more complicated than that. And there was someone on the masterclass today who was talking about that, who's talking about she has the script, but she has had no luck getting clients. And a lot of that is also because of what you do before your sales call as well, and your energy and the mindset that you have going into it. Mariana's from New York. I did not know that. Amazing. Anyone else who's here? Sarah, Kristen, if you're still here, let us know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so let's go through the 12-step system that I do. So this is the system that I do when I get onto calls. I usually get onto calls in a variety of different formats with my community. I give them a lot of value first, and then it's always the people who really want to take the next step, who are really ready to up-level their businesses. They come in a call with me because they're just like, show me what you got. How can you help me with this? And then we go through this process. So the very first step that I do is building a relationship right before the call. So that's really important, especially if you have someone who's like completely random, who shows up on a call with you. Try to do a little bit of your research, you know, like where are they coming to you from, and have you built rapport right before the call, okay? Then what I like to do is 5 minutes before my call, I need to make sure that I'm in a really good headspace for this call. And the really good headspace really has to be all about how I'm going to show up for that specific person. So I'm not going to treat them like a number. I'm not going to treat it like, yeah, this is totally a sale. She's totally going to purchase from me. What I try to do right before my sales calls is how can I give them the best experience possible on this call? And how can I really, really help them to understand what is possible for them and what is possible for them in their business when they work with me? Okay, so some ways that I really try to keep the high vibe right before my sales calls is like maybe a meditation. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I do jumping jacks. If I really feel like I need to get my body moving, I'll do some jumping jacks. I don't know if you guys have ever been on like adult trampolines, but those things are freaking amazing. Tony Robbins does that every single time, like right before he does any type of live events that he does. And I think that's amazing because who isn't happy like right after they jump on a trampoline, right? So you want to try to get yourself into that mindset before you even jump on one of your calls. And that's immediately going to shift a lot for you, especially if you have any anxious energy or you're trying to control the outcome of what you're doing. Guys, if you're on, say hi. I'd love to hear from you and tell me where you're watching from. All right. Okay. So that's before your call. Then when you come onto your sales call or you're coming on to whatever call that you're doing, you want to make sure that you're establishing some sort of rapport with someone. You don't immediately start selling to them. Hey, Emily, how are you? And where are you watching from? I'd love to hear it. So establish rapport. Okay. You know, is there anything that you can talk about right from the get-go? How's your day going? How's the weather where you are? You know, if they have an animal or if they have a child around, you can comment on that. Feel free to break the ice because people would much rather talk to someone who is actively kind of just like paying attention and who really wants to get to know them. Remember that sales are all about relationships. And then what I do is I ask them, what brings you onto the call today? You know, like, what is it exactly that you're hoping to get from this call? You know, like, what are you struggling with? Like, tell me all about it. And as soon as we establish the rapport first, right? So we establish that we can trust each other and really get into a conversation like this. We talk about everything that she's struggling with. Oh, hey, Catherine, how are you? Catherine, where are you watching from? I completely forgot now. Is it Texas? I think you said Texas. And then usually after they tell me what they're struggling with, I almost always can relate to them. So I can either relate to them from a personal experience or I can relate to them from a client experience that I know that my clients have had. So I just establish that. It's just like, hey, you know what? I just want you to know that you're not alone with this. This is actually very common. Like this happened in my business too, or whatever it is that I feel like is relatable for them. Then I go on to really start to empower, right? So ask them what they really, really want their lives to be like, let's say like 3 to 6 months from now, or however long your package is, because you want to try to empower them to be able to see life on the other side of the struggle. They're already thinking about that, but you really want them to paint the picture themselves. Share their excitement. Right? That's the next step is, oh my God, yeah, that would feel amazing, right? Like, hell yeah, you know, like you making more money in your business or you having more help in your business, of course, that would feel amazing. You have more time for your family. Who wouldn't want that, right? And Catherine says, okay, you are from Texas. Amazing. If anyone else is watching, even if you're watching the replay, feel free to say hi. If you guys have any questions right now, by the way, feel free to also ask them on here, because I know that not everyone was at the masterclass. So if you feel like you have any questions about the system, feel free to ask. So after that, we go into, how much they believe that this is actually true for them. Okay, so how much do they believe it's true that they can possibly change their lives, that they can expand in their business or whatever it is? And then that is the point in time that I invite them to ask them if they're still interested in working together, and at that point, they're usually like, hell yes, like that's why I'm on this call. I'm really resonating with you. Tell me more. And then you sell. Okay, so at that point in time, that's when you're like, this is the program that I have for you. This is why I think it's going to be really amazing for you. These are the types of things that my clients have been able to achieve, and this is what the program looks like. After that, I ask them, how does that sound? How does that program sound to you? What is it, is this what you're looking for? And they can be like, yeah, amazing, absolutely, that's what I want. And then after that, we talk about the price. We talk about their timeline, and I handle any objections that they have. Let me tell you, you guys, I have so many really freaking amazing ideal clients who on sales calls with me say like, oh, I don't know about the price because, I'm really afraid because XYZ is a really big investment for me, whatever. That does not mean that they're not interested in your services. And that does not mean that they're not going to sign up that exact same day. Your job in handling money objections is not to be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, yeah, you're not interested. That's cool. End of the phone call. It's also not to say, yeah, but you can still do it. And it's not to push. What that opportunity is to ask questions about what type of money objection you're dealing with. Is it I really want to do this, but I'm just really scared, but I'm also excited money objection? Is it a holy shit, I just cannot even fathom that, and I don't believe in the fact that, either I can make that back, or I don't believe in the fact that I've never invested that much in myself and I can't do it right now? Or is it like, yeah, you know what, I'm actually not that interested now that you talked to me about it a little bit more. So handling money objections is something that's very tricky, but at the same time, it's such an amazing opportunity to develop even more of a relationship with someone. Okay, that's the difference between being pushy and being empowering. Because when you're being empowering and when you're actually dealing with questions in a really, really soulful way, in a really aligned way, and if you've already established rapport at the beginning of your sales call, oh my goodness, those money objections are not going to feel scary to you anymore. It's not going to feel like, oh, another person who can't afford me. It's going to start to really transform the way that you do your business, the way that you work at your business. And the more that you can do that, the more that you change no's into yeses, the more money you're going to make. Okay, the more money you're going to make, the more transformations your clients are going to make, the more you're going to get fully booked with clients, the more that you're going to finally start to make consistent 5K plus months. It's a snowball effect. Okay, so all of this is all about the mindset that you bring into it. It's totally possible for you. And if you guys are interested, the doors for my 8-week group program, Soulful Sales School, are officially open. Okay, so this is the program that I'm about to announce the winner for, who gets 75% off the entire price of the program. It's an 8-week group program. And what we do is we work on every single aspect of the sales process, okay? We work on your mindset, on your value, on your pricing. We work on sales emails, so writing sales emails that actually convert, rather than writing a sales email with a link to a sales call and have no one book it or have no one even click your link. We need to change that, okay? How to approach relationship building, okay? So how to approach people online with relationship building without immediately asking for the sale. That's another thing that we're gonna touch on, because trust me, there's a lot of different ways to create relationships that end up legitimately getting you clients, rather than just having people never respond to anything that you're messaging them about. Okay, we're going to be working on your sales pages, so making sure basically that every single different step of the way in terms of your sales process, and every single step of the way where your clients get into your world is being fully optimized, and is being really, really focusing on those transformations for them. so that they're booking calls with you, so that you're booking calls in your sleep, that you're booking calls with the right people. Okay, that is so essential. Hey, Waleska, how are you? Where are you watching from, by the way? I'd love to hear. So that you're booking calls with more yeses rather than nos, all right? You're wasting less time on sales calls, and like you're freaking making more money in your business, because who doesn't want that, right? Like if you feel like you've been hearing crickets for a really long time, if you feel like you've been getting on sales calls where you're like, ugh, if you feel like you're always discounting your services, or if you feel like even with this entire sales process, you don't even know where to start, I would love for you to check out Soulful Sales School, because we are going to be starting in a few weeks, 8-week group program, ladies, all about how to sell from your soul. It is $200 off from now until Monday, okay? Let me tell you that usually sales programs of this kind are in the $2,000 plus range, and this program is half of that price and even less than half of that price at your early bird rate. I also have payment plans available for it. So you have 3 different payment plans, and get this, because you're gonna love it. Up until Monday, so up until Monday at 11:59 p.m., and I know I can't believe it, but up until Monday at 11:59 p.m., if you decide to pay in full or to pay 2 payments, you will also get a free bonus 60-minute one-on-one session with me, which is $400 value right now, and a complete review of either one of your sales pages or one of your sales funnels, okay? Plus the $200 off. That is only until Monday night, okay? If you guys want in on this, and if you guys are like, I can't wait to actually make a lot more money in my business, I can't wait to convert a lot more sales calls, I can't wait to get more clients, because this is exactly what I wanted to do in my business, check it out. I've left the link up above, and I'm also going to link it in the comments below. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. You can send me a DM. I'd be happy to address any questions that you have about it as well. This is going to be amazing, guys. And let me tell you, this is such a good deal that you're getting for this, okay? It is an amazing, amazing deal. Like I said, this program will not be at this price the next time that I launch it. It's going to be significantly more expensive. So you're going to be getting it at this price, and you get lifetime access to it, okay? So the information that we're talking about in this program, you're going to be able to access it. You're going to be able to benefit from it years to come. And if you're in this for the long haul, like I am, you're going to see that even like 2 or 3 years from now, you're still going to be using the information in this program. So if you really want to boost your sales this year, if you finally want to start selling out your programs, selling out your one-on-ones, give it a look, and take advantage of that early bird offer, because yeah, that's ending on Monday night, you guys. I know, it's crazy. I'm really excited to be able to do this for you guys, but really only for a limited time, okay? So do you guys have any questions before I get into the winner, announcing the winner? Do you guys have any questions about either my 12-step Soulful Sales System or the group program? Valeska says, hello from Texas. Okay, so 2 Texans in here. I love it. In El Paso, all has been kicking up. What is kicking up? What do you mean by kicking up? What is kicking up in El Paso? Yeah, guys, any questions? You know, like, what are your specific struggles with sales? Let me know. You know, like, this is the last day of the challenge. I'm still here for you. Tell me what's going on. I also have a random number generator up on my screen, and I have all of the challenge participants. So what I got is I got one of my assistants to go in and literally check like every single person who's posted on day 1, on day 2, on day 3, day 4, and day 5. And then I also inputted everyone who sent me personal emails onto like all of the other places that they've posted. Over 80 entries, which is so cool. So Waleska says, picking up, moving forward. Amazing. Awesome. I love it. How is your business doing? How's your jewelry business doing? I'd love to hear from you about that too. All right, you guys ready? You ready for the winner? Can you hear that? Okay, let me do this. Okay, so I have, yes, okay. So I have my true number, random number generator in front of me, and I'm generating. Okay, so the result is number 5. So let me see here. That is Megan Robinson. Megan Robinson, you are the winner of the 75% off of the full price of Soulful Sales School. Oh my goodness. I totally did not make this up. I was just like, you know what? This is the only way that I'm going to be able to do this random number generator. I was actually thinking of like getting a little hat and putting all the little things in there, but then I realized that that would be so time consuming and I'm not going to do that. So Megan, you are the winner. I'm going to put this up in here as well. Before I head out, oh, hey, Annette, how are you? And where are you watching from, Annette? This is about to end right now. I'm just looking at, we're just talking about questions. If anyone has any questions about my 12-step Soulful Sales System or any questions about anything that we did in the challenge, now is your time. If you really, really want to take your sales to the next level and finally start to make consistent higher income months, check out Soulful Sales School. The early bird price ends on Monday, $200 off, and freaking amazing bonuses that are worth, like, all of the bonuses in the program are worth well over $900, including a one-on-one call with me and a full review of a sales funnel or your sales page that I'm going to do if you decide to do the early bird in either the painful option or the flexible option, okay? It's incredible. It's an amazing deal. So make sure that you really go check that out because no one else is doing this, you guys. Every single sales program out there that's in a group program format is worth well over $2,000. You guys are getting it at this price now. It's not going to be at this price the next time that I do this. So, you know, take advantage because this is going to be amazing. And that says Australia. Oh, amazing. I have a client from Australia actually right after this live that I'm going to go and work with. So awesome. Leska, it's been good hosting 2 online parties as of this moment. Ah, that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. Very, very glad that that's picking up. Okay, guys, any questions before I head out and go message my client? Even if you're watching the replay, feel free to let me know of any questions that you have or anything that is coming up for you. Yeah. But take advantage, if you guys really are ready to up-level your business, take advantage of this offer because it's not going to be around for that long. It's going to go really fast. All right, cool. If there are no more questions, if you're watching the replay, feel free to pop your questions below, but tag me in them just so that I can see them. Because some of these things tend to get lost because the group is getting pretty big right now. Yeah, and if you guys have any other questions, you can always send me a DM. I'd love to hear from you. Have a beautiful Friday evening or Saturday morning, wherever you live, and I will definitely be around a little bit more. Congratulations, everyone who's been working through the challenge and working through all of these incredible shifts that I've seen so many of you have. You've been awesome. Bye.